Xander Schauffele ended his rookie season by winning the Tour Championship. Justin Thomas ended the best season with the FedEx Cup. Schauffele, a 23-year-old from San Diego who was worried about keeping his PGA Tour card just over 3 months ago, swirled in a 3-foot birdie putt on the final hole Sunday for a 2-under-par-68 and a one-shot victory over Thomas. He became the first PGA Tour rookie to win the Tour Championship since it began in 1987. Thomas never had more reason to celebrate finishing second. He capped off a season of 5 victories, including his first major at the PGA Championship, by claiming the FedEx Cup and the $10 million bonus. It was the first time in 8 years that 2 players celebrated at East Lake. Tiger Woods won the FedEx Cup and Phil Mickelson won the Tour Championship in 2009. The surprise guest to the party was Schauffele. "It's been a wild ride," he said. It began with a tie for 5th in his U.S. Open debut, and he followed that a month later by winning the Greenbrier Classic. He wouldn't even have been at the Tour Championship until he played his final 6 holes in 6 under par last week at Conway Farms to get into the top 30 in the FedEx Cup. And then he played like he belonged on such a big stage, especially on the back 9. Starting on the par 3 11th hole, he unputted 4 straight greens from outside 6 feet, one of them for birdie, the rest for pars, all of them clutch. Thomas caught up with birdies on the 16th and 17th, but the PGA champion missed the fairway on the 567-yard closing hole and couldn't reach the green in 2. His 25-foot birdie putt snapped off to the left just in front of the cup. Schauffele saved par from right of the 17th green for the 4th time on the back 9, and then smashed a 347-yard tee shot on the 18th that left him in approach just short of the green. He putted that up to within 3 feet, and then nearly missed. The ball hit the left edge and swirled 270 degrees before dropping in the front. But it was enough to finish at 12 under 268, a victory worth $3.75 million, $2 million of that for finishing 3rd in the FedEx Cup. He also moved to number 32 in the world. Thomas was among the first to congratulate him outside the scoring room. "It was a grueling day for sure," Thomas said. Schauffele is another member of the high school class of 2011, and by far the most unheralded against the likes of Spieth, Thomas, Daniel Berger and others. Asked earlier in the week what he knew about Schauffele, Thomas replied, "Not much, except that he's very good, or he wouldn't be here." Thomas won more than the FedEx Cup. He also wrapped up the PGA of America's points-based award for Player of the Year. Has a lot to get the players' vote as PGA Tour Player of the Year, and he won the Arnold Palmer Award for claiming the money title with over $10 million. Thomas wrapped up the FedEx Cup when Jordan Spieth, the number 1 seed, couldn't sustain momentum after holing out from the 10th fairway for eagle and nearly holing out again from the 13th fairway. Spieth closed with a 67 and tied for 7th, earning a $3 million bonus for finishing 2nd in the FedEx Cup. He had few regrets, not after a season in which his 3 victories included the British Open for the 3rd leg of the career Grand Slam. "JT obviously is very well deserving of winning the FedEx Cup," Spieth said. "Not winning a playoff event, I almost cheated my way into winning the FedEx Cup when he really deserved it." Thomas had the FedEx Cup wrapped up with 2 holes to play thanks to mistakes behind him. Paul Casey, who now has gone 144 starts on the PGA Tour since his last victory in the 2009 Houston Open, lost a 2-shot lead in 5 holes, but was still in the game until he put his tee shot into the water on the par 3 15th. He played alongside Kevin Kisner, who also went into the water and lost his chance of winning at East Lake. Kisner had a 70 and tied for 3rd with Russell Henley, who shot a 65. Casey closed with a 73 and finished 5th. Caption